brings me to another person, Corey Johnson returning. Corey Johnson making his step back, and Danny cleaning his clock for his part in what happened. Now, Corey's, he's not to be messed with, and I know you've tangled with him a few times in the past. He seems like he's got something to prove.
I think with Corey, yes. I think, Corey come in and he was a trainer in the academy. Shit went on, shit went down. We parted ways, we brought him back. And he's come back with a vengeance. He has come back with something to prove. He has got something he wants to prove. And, no one can... Undoubtedly, he's a fantastic talent.
Yeah.
He works that crowd magnificently, no doubt. And he makes you want to... we need him. He's one of them guys that his performances in ring, in particular, in terms of on the stick or in the match, he makes, as a promoter, you go, I think I need this guy.
I mean, with Danny coming back this year as well, it was hard to think of someone to put him with that are going to put on a clinic, and you've got to say it, at the Bash. It could have been you out there at some point. They were going crazy for it. There were times where I could see Danny was putting into practice things he'd learned because you dropped them on him in your matches in the past, and it was great to watch. But they kept it together, safe. They were safe out there. They put on a good match. So yeah, I'm glad to have Danny back. But I'm glad Corey's back, so we had someone to put him up against.
Yeah, I think that match when it was put together, it was a test. Myself when we're booking or looking at stories, there's more to it than just a story. So let's test these guys. Let's see how they react to certain situations. Danny coming back off the layoff, he had a fantastic match here at the Performance Centre on Next Gen Wrestling against Anthony Mafia. You didn't see it?
No.
But for me, I'm sure I've got the footage somewhere, but if you get the chance, watch that match, because arguably probably Danny's best match.
I think he does need new. He's always after a challenge. I don't think.
Isn't the challenge with Danny at the moment? Has he still got it? We've seen it in WWE when a guy comes back and then they chant, "You've still got it." I think Danny's internally searching for that. I think he's still looking. Has he got it? And
do you know who the greatest enemy Danny has ever faced is?
Himself.
Danny O'Neill.
Yeah, I know.
When it comes down to it, he doesn't want to steal the show, but he wants to make the show, and that's the great thing. He wants to go out there. It's like when he was running with the Fallen. He wanted to surround himself with people he believed he could impart something to. And he's got a lot of knowledge. He knows himself he's still got stuff to learn, and he's willing to learn that, and I think that's why he still has got it, as long as he doesn't think that what it is all he can do. As long as he carries on learning. I mean, he's a young lad. He's still a young lad. I mean, when we're together and we're out at the bar having a drink, we might not look like, but he's half my age.
I think with Danny, for me, Danny is a all day long 7 to 8 out of 10 performer.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing about Dan is he wants to strive for that 10. Not many do that. Many can be a 5, but they only ever want to strive for a 7 out, 8 out of 10. So where even if you're a 5, you should always want to strive for 10. Whereas Danny's a 7, 8, you can always put Danny in with anyone, and it'll be a great performance, great match. But his desire to be a 10 is what really makes me go, yeah, I like this guy.
The thing I like about him as well, though, is the fact that he won't, if he's striving to be 10, he won't just want to get 10 and leave his opponent at 7. He'll want to take them both there.
Yeah,
and it's like he'll make sure that match isn't just a Danny O'Neill match.
Yeah.
That is a great, some of the stuff he's done with Bert. I'm definitely going to check out this video that you're talking about. But he's a giver. Yeah. He won't just take, he will give as much as he can to put someone over.
I think, again, when I had my couple of matches with Danny myself, it was a case of, I'm the same. I have to perform a 10. I have to reach that level. I have to go out and make it better than I was before. And when we had two of us do it at that same, it just created magic. You know, and that's why in our match, both our matches I've had with Danny, we left everything in there, because together and individually we wanted to be the best. And I think that's again the characteristic of Danny that, from a wrestling perspective, that I certainly love and admire. I wish there was more of them like that. Okay,
well,
let's switch.
Let's move on from the Danny O'Neill appreciation show.
Yes, I know he'll be loving this. Let's talk about some others then. Let's talk about, you know, Will Starr in particular. Will obviously coming off the back of had the great feud with Tomby. Heading into history 4 earlier this year.
You say coming in off the back of it. I don't think he's entirely recovered from that.
No.
I think Will's the go-to guy when you want a good match. His hunger, I mean, how many times has he held anything?
His first title was at the Bash, taking it off Mr. Evans.
Yeah, how long do you think he'll hold that?
I think with Will, from my perspective, I'm waiting for him to break out and to literally become the John Cena of CPW. I think he has that in his locker. He's a good-looking boy, without doubt. In my opinion, arguably one of the best technical wrestlers we've had step through our ropes. Great backstage.
Yeah.
I think he has it all. The only one thing I say with Will, he can be too laid back.
Oh, sometimes he's horizontal.
You know, sometimes I look at Will and say, do you want to be the 10? I know you're an 8 to 9 performer every match. Do you want to be the best?
He is happy being a wrestler.
Yes, yeah.
He loves being in the business.
Opening match, middle match before the break, first match after the break, main event. Will does not. I don't know. Does he care where he is? Does he have that ambition and that drive and that to lead the company? And I think with the bout now, is in his first position to. Yes, I just always wonder with Will, does he have the ambition, the drive, the determination to lead CPW? He has the tools, he has everything in his locker. Is it just because he's laid back and doesn't really voice his opinion or come to me and pitch ideas? He's always happy to just be what you've just said, a wrestler.
I think the position he's in at the moment is going to make him in. I mean, has Evans asked for a rematch?
Dan Evans, wait for the exclusives.
Okay, all right.
Wait for the exclusives. But yeah, and you know, Dan has his eyes on something special. That's all I'm going to say right now. But I'm sure further down the line, and the special thing.
Are you trying to tell me that Dan Evans might have bigger fish to fry? So you think that Will might be safe with that championship for a little while?
I think Dan Evans has got big fish to fry.
Well, it's a good job Natalie's with him to help him cook then, isn't it?
Yes, he's going to have to cook that sea bass real good, believe me. Check out CPW Facebook tomorrow from 5 p.m. You will understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, talking about fish, I'm going to be grilling him once this is over to try and find out what he's talking about.
This is the biggest thing that's ever happened to CPW. Make sure CPW Facebook, Coventry Pro Wrestling, 5 p.m. We'll make this big announcement, and believe me, it's going to shock the world. No doubt, shock the world.
This isn't Fifi's tanning machine that we've ordered, is it?